there's a problem here. Europe's now in our own hands. Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. I of course am Millers. This is the last game of the season against Coventry. And I just want to show you the journey we've been on so far. You can see we took over around about here. So we played Newcastle, I think. We played Newcastle, got the win. Or the Southampton game. It's one of the two. And you can see just a steady improvement in where we are. And we find ourselves in 7th place. And if we win today, that's as high as we can go. But that's the highest position Spurs have been in all season. So I think we can say it's been a success. Really delighted with that. In terms of since you were last with us, well, we managed to essentially get ourselves on the winning track. So we beat Newcastle, we beat Everton, and then we drew away at Chelsea, which is a good result in fairness. Chelsea, I think they're third. They're somewhere up there for sure. Yeah, third. And they're competing for the title. So to go to Stamford Bridge and to take a point, delighted. That means we're on 7 points from a possible 9, and we've got Coventry at home today, which obviously is a humdinger for a lot of reasons. But if we win, then that puts us on 60 points and gets us in the Europa Conference League, I believe it is. Or if Fulham and West Ham both lose. Now I can't see that. Based on how they've been playing, although Fulham are playing United and West Ham are playing Southampton, so the difficult games, but we've just got to control the controllables, haven't we? We've got to do that, make sure we get our game won. We'll do that, and then we'll have a very, very quick chat about what I think next season looks like, dependent on the outcome, excuse me, from the game today. So we'll see. Obviously, Nige can't play, which, whilst it's disappointing, it's understandable. I wouldn't let him play either. Paulo's on his way back, so he's going to go into the starting 11, knowing we've got Zalewski there who can come in if we need him to. But other than that, we're going to go with what we've got. So really, really strong in the last few games. Love this middle three, genuinely do. And we've got Montel there as well, ready to come in as that attacking playmaker. So I'm really, really pleased with that middle three, genuinely am. So that's how we're going to line up. We will give it our best. We're going to go positive because I think we've got everything about us to be able to beat Coventry. Let's see what we can do. I hope. It's Filippo Inzaghi, by the way, who took my job. There he is. Look, the boy. I hope they're not going to rain on our parade, to use a more PC version of what I was actually going to say. Very, very familiar lineup. The only new lad they've brought in is that Zapico, and they are signing him at the end of the season. So they've clearly been pleased with what he's done in the time he's been on loan with them. Scotty Walden is in line for player of the season, not just for Coventry, but in the league, surprisingly enough. So, I've left them in a very, very good state, I would suggest. So, all being well, Coventry can kick on to the next phase, just as we're going to try and do with Spurs. How have your team been made a fortress? Hard work, Alberto. Have you found the recent? Yes, I have. This could be the last time we see Romero, and yes, it will be. I couldn't speak more highly of them. There you go. Lovely lads. Let's go and get this done. Last game of the season, so all the fun of the fair. If we can just try and get ahead early doors, try and get the game won, I will be absolutely delighted. And we are looking to create something early here, which will be nice. Van der Ven's quite far forward for his position. I don't mind, as long as we can look after the thing. Rig, lovely first time, but Paulo comes back, Paulo scores. You love to see that. That was a lovely first time ball around the corner, by the way. Just have a quick look at this. Little knock through, finds Moreno, and then he pops this off, and then one time Rig just slips him through that gap. That's absolutely lovely. And I'd be annoyed if Golo was my goalie, which he was, if he's getting beat at the near post there like that. But we take an early lead, well deserved if you look at the stats from the game so far. Kulusevski, Coyote finds Rig. Kulusevski, what lovely football. That should have been capped with a goal. That was absolutely delightful ball. Absolutely delightful. So I'm not sure whether, if we do win, I'm not going to say we are going to win. If we do win, I'm not sure whether it will be Conference League. Either way, I'll take it because it's lovely knock. It'll give us that European exposure for the first time, which is great. We know we've got a job to do in the transfer window. So having the ability to say we're playing European ball is nice. We can start to be looked at not necessarily as a stepping stone, but maybe more of a force. Because in the next season, Spurs expect us, or the board expect us, to work towards qualifying for Champions League ball. So that works in our plan, so let's try and do that. We're going to have to get very, very busy in the transfer window. Spoilers, I've already signed 2 players. I will show you them. I will show you them at the end. But we're starting to fill up positions where we know we're going to let 1 or 2 lads go in the summer. So, again, trying to build around that midfield 3 and fill up the rest of the spaces where we can. Fuentes, we know he can do bits from a free kick. Is it the beans? It's cleared. We'll take it. We'll take it. I do like him. And there's Ronnie Gorman as well. Oh, Van der Haar. It's weird. It's weird playing against my team. It really is. Scotty Walden's going to stand one up. It's gone near post. Or Moreno nods that away. Not far enough, though. Martin boxes. That's not good enough. And that'll do. That takes us into half-time. 1-0 up. Not the worst. Excuse me. Certainly not the best. Don't let your performance levels drop. Lack belief. Well, you lack belief all you like, chap. That's fine. We'll get you dragged shortly anyway because you're not quite fit enough for the full game. Get up. No one there. It looks like Carbone is going to get all the way to keep that ball in and recycle play for Coventry. They're playing very familiar styles of play, aren't they? Which is nice. Just shows what we were doing was working. Jones Pugh, maybe that's a boy we look at in the window, although he's just giving it away and not really covered himself in glory in doing so. KO Day, he's a stalwart for keeping for sure. Romero may well go in the window. He's reaching his mid-30s now, so probably a point where we're quite happy to let him go. Rig. Oh. I don't know what's happened to Van Duyven. Back end of the season, it's not as if he's not been getting game time, because he has. He's just stopped hitting the target. He's missed 2 penalties out of 3 in the last sort of 4 or 5 games, which never bodes well. Get up, well held, good. Run at him. They're opening up for you. Easy here. Look at that. Box. I tell you what. Kulusevski had no right to run the full half there, did he? They just ran alongside him. No challenges were put in whatsoever. And to be able to cut inside there and hit the beans, and Van Duyven just mops up. Lovely job. 2-0. Keeps us solid. Gives us a little cushion. Now we can start to think about making some changes. Not that we have to, but mainly because we want to. Marmalade out to Van der Ven. Albers. Moreno. We're playing lovely ball. We really are. Miller's ball is in full effect at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium now. They're starting to gel. It's starting to look okay. Kulusevski, can we stand one up? No, he's lost it. Clipped away, but it's not going to go far. Right. We could have gone back there, couldn't we? We could have gone home and kept that ball. But he's nodded it back, and now Coventry are on the tap. Pugh, Carbone wasn't there. Martin. I don't know what happened there. It looked like it had gone out for a corner. Let's make some changes. Okay, Paolo, you're not fit for a full game anyway, son. So you're going to get dragged. Off you come. Montel's going to come on, and we will do this. So we'll make him the defensive playmaker. We will move Moreno into that ball-winning midfielder role, and Sergio can then stride forward in the way he does like to, for sure. And then Kulusevski, off you come for Ferreira. That's fine. We'll do that for the time being. We might give Flores a run out a little bit later on, depending on what Van Duyven does. You could probably argue we should be 3 up, and you'd be well within your rights to do it. Excuse me. But we'll take 2. Montel straight there he goes. Nice and simple though. Keeps Van der Ven in play. Montel nodded down. Ferreira. Oh, great save from Haller. To be fair, great save. The pressure is well and truly on Coventry here. I haven't looked at the league, but I don't think it necessarily matters. Fulham are getting beat. That's great for us. Where's West Ham? Where is West Ham? Am I being blind? Where are they? I couldn't see them on there. Not that it really matters because we've won our game and we've won it convincingly. The lads go on a little bit of a tour around the stadium, say thank you to the home fans. You'll love that. Played very well. We're not going to say about complacency. Just well done, lads. Well done. Season's done. Absolutely superb result. Did it give me a lift that they were hitting the buffers? No, not at all. We never lack belief. Calm down, James. It's not. Look, I think my feelings are irrelevant. Damn straight. But whatever one of people talk about, I'm just happy with the win. That's absolutely the right approach. There we go. West Ham clearly won, but I can't. There you go. They beat Southampton 2-1. Doesn't make any odds, though, because we secure ourselves some European football. Delighted. Absolutely delighted. What's everyone saying? We'll send Chrissy Powell to do that. Oh, dear. That never bodes well. 27 million. Not the worst bit of prize money, that, is it? Not the worst bit of prize money. Right, what I will do is I'll collect some information now so we know what we're going into, and then we will come back and do a very, very quick season review. Speak to you shortly. Okay, welcome back. In the interim, 2 things have happened. So the board have set our budgets for next season. 5.5 million on wages, which is $1 million more than we're currently spending. Ideal. And they've given us 93 million to go out and spend. I'm hoping the lads I've already signed are already included and therefore won't be deducted out of that 93 million, but we'll see, I suppose. And then I know we mentioned Young Player of the Season and Scott Walden being in the running for that award. Nigel Hassell's won it, and he's acknowledged the fact that obviously he's been playing for us and playing regularly to go on and win that award. So we're delighted for him. And also we liked to hug. We gave him a little arm round. He was delighted. Right, let's have a quick season review then. New arrivals. Nige obviously played superbly well. Chris did fantastically well, and he will be part of our team moving forwards and a huge part of it, as will Sergio. Really pleased to have brought him in. I'm looking forward to watching him develop for sure. And then this isn't a signing. Or maybe it is. Was he signed before me? No. We sent him. Essentially, we sent him to Wolves on loan, and I called him back to play. And he played a few games. Never really did much, but actually having him in and around the first team says he's going to be, he's going to help. And he's got everything about him to be absolutely superb in the future, which, all being well, he will be. Right. Delighted with the Chris Rigg transfer? Yeah, of course. Spurs suffered a disappointing campaign. Really? That's interesting. But I think what we actually did was rescue the campaign. I don't think for a moment that they would have been happy finishing where they were when we look back to sort of, I think it was December time, around about here, when we took over. They were in the doldrums. So actually to finish in 7th, really, really solid, and the board are delighted. So that's it. And we went to Newcastle and got that 4-0 win. That's the biggest win of the season. We were responsible for that. Fantastic. A great match to remember playing West Ham. That was a superb game too. That comeback in the second half was phenomenal. And then we'll have a very, very quick look at the goal of the season from Paulo, of all people. Didn't really play a lot of games under me, mainly because I brought Nige in. But, when he did play, he contributed, and there it is with an absolutely delightful free kick. Setford, no chance. And it secured us a point in what was a difficult game away at Southampton, in fairness. They were queuing up for that. But there we go. Goal of the season. Right. Let's get out of that. Sorry if you can hear the dog. There we go. Finance-wise, let's have a very quick look. Bear with me.
A few moments later.
Apologies. Okay, we're back. Let's have a quick look. Sponsorship then. down on last season. Okay, nothing to do with me. Broadcast revenue down. Corporate went up. That's great. Competition prize money slightly lower, so they must have done better probably in a cup last season. And then match day revenue down slightly. But all in all, you can't be too disappointed with that. In terms of kits that sold well, Chrissy Rigg, when he came in, made a difference. The rest were pre-existing players, and that's fine. No problem there at all. How did we line up? Yeah, that's probably about the main shape that we played. Interesting, Paolo gets in there and not Nige. But other than that, it kind of all makes sense. Yeah, understand that. No problem. Hard work paid off, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at the end of the season ceremony. Fine. Good stuff. Signing of the season, Chris Rigg. Good. Young player of the season, Nige. Fans player of the season, Coyote. Top goal scorer was Jason. Did very, very well. 17 goals. He just kind of fell off a bit towards the end of the season. And then most passes completed again. No surprise. It's a centre-half in Gorka, who we do want to keep around the place, even though he's not really... Well, the lads don't think he's going to improve all that much, but, he's a solid centre-half, and we want to keep him around. So, well done to him. And nothing really to say about me other than we had a disappointing campaign. So thanks for that, everybody. Okay, right. Oh, there you go. Look, see, Nige thanking me for his Young Player of the Year award. All very kind. Right, let's have a very quick look. You might have seen it there if you had eagle eyes in terms of who we've brought in, but I'll show you in a moment. I'd like to discuss your long-term vision. I mean, I'm quite happy with our long-term vision, to be perfectly honest. And the next season, that was this one, surely. Oh no, okay, fine. Okay, we'll take that by all means. But for us, it's definitely about moving forwards, and that's what our signings will be about as well. We'll do an end of season meeting. Let's see if this goes well. I'm going to talk about our next season aspirations, and I'm going to talk about... we're confident we should go everyone we made them, but okay, good. I'm going to say that then. We're not good enough to qualify. Brilliant. Okay, Oliver, well, you're leaving, so I'm not entirely sure you get a say. Gorka, I want you to stay. The rest of you, I'm not too bothered, really. That's absolutely fine. And I'm going to just say, listen, no gesture at all. I've not been too ambitious. I disagree with the dissenting view. I think we can achieve what I said if everyone performs at the best. There's general feeling I'm overplaying our hand. Appears to be. I'm happy to set the bar lower. I mean, I don't really want to set the bar all that lower, to be perfectly honest. The lads that I want to keep, the likes of Chrissy Rigg, Moreno, where are we? Orkery, yeah, Montelli, yeah. These are all... I'm going to stick with what I said. For those of you that don't like it, that's fine. That's what I wanted to hear. No gesture. We're not going to wave any hands or anything like that. Positive. That's fine. Nothing to say. Off you pop. Go and have your holidays. Some of you won't be back. Make sure you put your boots in their bags. Fine. Okay. We won't do that. End the season break. Off they go. Right. So, if we think about what we've been talking about for for you a few days, for me a few months, I think Christian, we're going to see Christian go, 160 grand. I can maybe get 6 million for him. He's 35. I'll take that all day long. Excuse me. Mickey might go. Mickey might stay. I'm not going to force him out the door. He's 32. I think I can get another year out of him and his quality, even though we could use that 300 grand. I'm going to try my very, 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 very best to keep hold of Scaraglia. I might offer him a new deal. He's on 69, I think. Yeah, so we might offer him some more money to see if he stays. Dejan, I think, will go. 33. He's wanted in Saudi Arabia. I think now's the time for us to cash in on him to get the market value. Paolo, either way, not too concerned. He's a squad player. I'll happily keep him around. If he doesn't, then he goes, then fine. Jason, we're going to try and keep. Oliver wants to go. I'm not going to stand in his way. I just want him to go abroad, really. Again, 32, 245 grand a week, and we can maybe get that 31 million for him. That'd be ideal. Sibango's already going. Ross, we're going to try and keep. Again, despite the Saudi Arabian interest, he's only 25 and he's a good cover player. Nicola might go 31. No problem with him going out to a foreign club. Again, 205 grand a week. We can save some money there. What's he saying? Yeah, good. Reacted well. Good. Nigel's obviously going to go back on loan. That's fine. We've got a couple of lads that will come back on loan from loan who will help bolster the squad a little bit. But we know that from our tactics screen, this is the area of the team we're trying to protect, right? So we want to keep Moreno, Scaraglia, Rigg, and Montel. They're our midfield four, if you want, that we're going to try and hold on to. We'll probably bring in one more cover player if we haven't got it in the 21s. Kayode and Albers we want to keep. That means I want to look for a centre-half and a full-back. Kulusevski might go. Fine. I have got a right winger in mind. Paolo might well go. Nigel's going to go back from his loan. I've got a left winger in mind. And then we've got an absolute wonder kid coming back on loan who will compete with Van Duijven as well as, or Curly as well, wherever he is there. I mean, he's going to be a player. I'm just worried about this. So, in the window, we're going to have to get a little bit busy. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 players as a minimum. Probably a little bit more so that we've got cover, particularly if we do get this European football that I'm saying we're getting. Let's talk about what we've done. So, is it going to show us on here? No, because they've not quite signed yet. So let's show here then what we've done. We have managed to pick up an absolute steal in Maurizio Amarella from Independiente for 9 million. He was wanted by every man and his dog, and understandably so, but he's joining us as a right winger. Our scouts brought him to my attention. Absolutely quality. Crossing, dribbling, he does the world. Loads of flair, nippy as you like, wonder kid. I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. And he joins us in June, and he will come in and he will play on that right side as a winger or as an inverted winger. Either way, he will play out there, and I think he's going to do absolute bits. We've also signed Alif. I should say our director of football did, because I allocated him as being our transfer target. He went and did the deal. I didn't stand in his way. I let him go and negotiate everything. I did the wages in the end because he was struggling. But this little Brazilian is coming to us from Ajax, and he's an absolute player. An absolute player. 23 years old. He's going to be an absolute phenomenon. And, you know, he's world class already. He's going to go in on that left-hand side and absolutely tear it up. So I am delighted to welcome him to the club in the summer as well. Knowing we've got those two positions locked up, I can now go out and try and find the full-back and the centre-half that we need to add this world-class quality to our team. Because in doing that, I think we can absolutely go out and compete next season. So, they're both going to join us in June. Can't wait for that to happen. I've just got a little bit more work to do in the market to shore us up at the back, I think. And once I've done that, I'm quietly confident that we can really kick on in the Premier League for sure. So, on that, I'm going to leave it there. Next time you see me will be the end of the transfer window. I think we're going to have a very, very solid window if I can get this right. And all being well, next season we can be competing in and around these areas to really go from Sunday League to Champions League. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.